Hey Jack, the party invite. Chapter 1. This is Jack. Today Jack is in a hurt mood. He is feeling hurt because he hasn't been invited to Rebecca's birthday party. Hurt mood, worried eyebrows, sad eyes, sore tummy. Jack's best friend Billy is invited to the party. She showed Jack her invitation after school today. Rebecca is having a sleepover party. It sounds like a lot of fun. Jack feels cross that he wasn't invited. Rebecca is his friend too. He even feels cross at Billy for showing him the invitation. When he saw it, he ran all the way back to his house through the hole in the back fence. Now he is lying on his bed feeling mad and bad, but mostly sad. He begins to worry. Why didn't she invite me, he wonders. I invited her to my party. Maybe she doesn't like me anymore. Maybe nobody likes me. Jack imagines everyone in his class having fun at Rebecca's party without him. He feels more miserable than ever. The next day at school, Jack and Billy walk past Rebecca in the playground. She is standing with a group of girls from their class. They are talking and laughing together. "Hey Jack, hey Billy," Rebecca calls when she sees them. Billy stops to wave, but Jack looks away and pretends he didn't hear. He walks straight past the girls into the school building. Billy skips to catch up with him. "Hey Jack, what's up?" Billy asks. "You've been acting weird all morning. Didn't you hear Rebecca say hello?" Jack frowns and shakes his head. Billy looks at him strangely. Billy and Jack have known each other forever. Billy knows Jack better than anyone in the world, except maybe Scraps. It is very hard for Jack to hide how he feels from Billy. Jack scrunches up his face. "You wouldn't understand," he says grumpily. "Everyone likes you." "What are you talking about?" Billy says. Jack thinks about telling Billy how he feels. Doing this usually makes him feel better. But then he remembers that Billy was one of the people invited to Rebecca's party. How could she go to Rebecca's party without me, he thinks, feeling cross all over again. "It's nothing," he says, and pushes past Billy into the classroom. But as soon as he sits down, he feels bad for being cross with Billy. She hasn't really done anything wrong. Billy walks into the classroom and glares at Jack. Then she sits down at a desk on the other side of the room. Jack slumps down in his chair. "Now even Billy doesn't want to be my friend," he thinks glumly. "This is the worst day ever." Chapter 2. Jack sits by himself during show and tell. He sits by himself during maths. Even in library class he sits by himself. Jack finds a place on his own in the corner and opens his library book. Instead of reading through, Jack looks around at everyone in his class. They are all having fun without him. Sometimes they look up and see him looking at them. Then they whisper to each other and look away. "I knew it," Jack thinks. "Everyone in the class is going to Rebecca's party except me. Nobody likes me." He feels like he has a small black cloud in his chest as they walk back to class from the library. Then the bell goes for recess. Jack packs up his things very slowly. "You coming to play soccer?" Billy says. She hangs around in the doorway. "Nah," says Jack. "I don't feel like it today." Billy frowns. "But we need you, Jack," she says. "Our team will be one player short otherwise." Jack frowns. They don't really want me to play, he thinks. Billy is just saying that. "I told you," he says grumpily. "I don't feel like playing today, okay?" Billy stares at Jack. "I don't know what's wrong with you today," she says, "but you are acting very strangely." "Nothing's wrong," Jack says crossly. "Can't I have one day off soccer? I don't always have to do what you tell me." Jack looks at Billy's face. He can see he has hurt her feelings. He feels bad, but his feelings have been hurt too. Billy frowns at Jack one more time, then runs out of the classroom. Jack sits all alone in the classroom with the small black cloud in his chest. Part of him wants to run after Billy and say sorry. Then he could join the soccer game. But another part of him isn't quite ready to let go of that cross feeling inside him. Chapter 3. Jack is still sitting in the classroom when Rebecca walks in a few minutes later. Her mum is walking behind her. They are each carrying a big plastic container. They put them down on the teacher's desk. Jack looks at them in surprise. He didn't expect to see Rebecca right now. He feels all jumbled up inside. He is happy to see his friend, but he is still feeling cross too. "Hey, Jack," Rebecca says. "Hey, Rebecca," Jack mumbles. "What's that?" He points to the plastic containers. "Cupcakes," said Rebecca. "It's my birthday today." "Oh, right," says Jack. "Happy birthday." Then he remembers Billy's invitation and feels upset all over again. "That's right," he says grumpily. "Your party's this weekend, isn't it?" "Yeah," Rebecca says. "I wanted to have a sleepover, so Mum said I could only invite 4 people. It was so hard to decide who to invite." "Really? Just 4?" says Jack. He feels a fizzle in his tummy. So it's not just me who wasn't invited, he thinks. Rebecca nods. "I was worried that some of my friends might feel left out," she says, biting her lip. She pauses. "Jack, are you mad at me? I mean, we're still friends, right?" The little black cloud in Jack's chest feels lighter and lighter. He begins to giggle. He suddenly feels very silly that he got so upset about the party invitation. "Of course we're still friends, Rebecca," he says, laughing. "I know you can't always invite everyone." "Oh, phew," says Rebecca. "I'm glad you understand, Jack. I was worried you might be cross with me, especially when you didn't wave to me in the playground this morning." "Nah," says Jack. He felt a little embarrassed. He puts his arm around Rebecca's shoulder. "I was grumpy about something, but I feel better now." "Hey, can you help me hand out the cupcakes before the bell goes?" Rebecca asks. "Sure," says Jack. "I'd love to help." Jack and Rebecca pick up a container each. Just then Jack remembers something. He is glad he has made up with Rebecca, but now he needs to make up with someone else as well. He knows just what he has to do. He finds the best cupcake in the container. "Come on," he says to Rebecca, grinning. "I know who will love one of these. And if we hurry, we might be in time to catch the end of a soccer match too."